All right. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you here. It's a cold, kind of an overcast day here in central northern Kentucky, northern central, whatever, North Kentucky. It's cold. It's overcast. It was warm yesterday. We were up about 50 degrees or so here. Uh, Snow was melting, the sun was out, and so everything was melting very nicely. Today, not so much. It's about 30 degrees. So, and a little bit windy too. I'm cold here in the shop, even though it's in my basement, but it's better than being outside, that's for sure. Got my, let's see, I put my mouse down a little too quick. Got, I got my one friend here today. They're dropping like flies. Wayne is
Yeah,
here. I'm glad to have you, Wayne.
yeah.
Ruby's off.
We've sacked Ruby tonight because she kept on interrupting Doug, and we can't be having that. So she's got the sack. No, no, just kidding, just kidding.
She's actually out teaching today, away from home. So that's where she is. And Todd messaged me a while ago, said he is helping his dad out. So Todd's got an excuse too. So it's just Wayne, me and Wayne today, at least for now. You never know who might come along here any moment. So I'm going to, you don't know what I almost did. That little red button, Wayne, I almost pushed it.
Oh, you nearly got rid of yourself yet again.
Oh, mercy. All right. I'm going to bring it back to me, and we're going to get started here. And in just a minute, Wayne will share with us who all is with us. I've got here a piece of white cedar. Um, I think it came from Kentucky. It was some pieces that we had some ring shank and all kind of weird stuff going on. This one's been trimmed down nice and square. It's about 4.25 inches, 4.5 inches, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're going to turn a kind of a cup, but we're going to turn it into a hollow vessel. Yet again, this is number 4. This will be the last of these. At least I think it's going to be the last of these. But it's going to be a hollow vessel when we get through, and show you how we're going to get that done here in just a minute. So I'm going to put this in the between centers, and I can change my camera so you can see what I'm doing. And then Wayne is going to let us know who all is in the chat, and we'll just get going here.
Okay. First in tonight was Frederick Day, from a very cold county of Kent. It's warming slowly, but still not warm. Currently 7 degrees C, which is 44 Fahrenheit. We had it up to about 10, 11 centigrade during the day today. Ronald Todd's here from the West Bank of New Jersey, and he's saying it's 30 Fahrenheit. Dale's here, and that's Old Man River. Carsten's in, and Terry's in. Good evening, Terry. Roger Wallum is here, and Haley's here as well. She's just finished watching Emma, so she's just had time to make a cuppa and drop in here.
Starting off with a spindle rough and gouge.
Right, Mike Evans is in. Vinnie Charlton's in. Johnny Foster's in. Todd at Glen Cove. Zed's in. Zed. Doug Bennett's in. Al's in. Hi, Al. Scott Dahl. Anthony Green. Good evening, everybody who's saying hello to me. Jaime is in. Hi, Matt. I haven't seen you for a while. I'm still going down the list. Mike's in. Mike from Dancers. Thomas Kenny's in.
That's about 1,200 now.
Wivvy's in. That's Andrew. Tim Ponder's in. Dewey Shed's in. I'm still going down. Oh God, Dewey's the first one to ask tonight. When are my great lives happening, mate? Yeah, I'll let everybody know when that's going to be happening. MB Wood turnings in and seeing the got here nearly at the beginning.
All right. Use my spindle roughing gouge just to rough it down. Then I'll use my skew just to clean it up, just for fun. Don't really need to at this stage, but I'm going to. That feels so much better. It's amazing how much better a skew surface feels than a roughing gouge. That's just as smooth as it can be. I don't know if you could see it before or tell the difference, but it's just that's like 180 surface right now. It's wonderful. Going to get a tenon on the end here. It's good to have everybody in. Appreciate you taking the time. I know Emma was on, and I watched her for quite a while myself. Till I needed to come in and start getting myself together for this.
And Mike from Dancers is saying that his art shop people are bullies. They keep on taking all his pocket money.
Here we go. Only need one tenon on this. I won't be flipping it back and forth, so I do want to ever so slightly dovetail that, not completely because my jaws are not really dovetail jaws.
And Zed's just put a link into his premiere for later on tonight.
Perfect, perfect. All right, let's see. All right. I want to make sure I'm nice and straight in here.
Dewey's asking how the weather's been with us. It has been very cold just recently. We didn't get any snow whatsoever. Had quite a few icy mornings, but it has actually started to warm up now.
Just getting rid of my live center so I don't impale myself. All right. Let's see. Turn that by hand just to double check. We're good. Take another pass here of my skew.
Yeah, and Haley's saying there's a lot of bullies around her area taking her money as well.
Terry Bray, how you doing, bud? Are you getting over all your stuff? There we go. It's back to reasonable.
You could still use the top part of that as the lid, you know, Doug.
Yeah, I could. I've got another piece of the same stuff though, so.
Yeah, but will the grain line up just as well?
It'll be close enough because I'm going to
All
color it.
right, okay.
Just
Oh, you're
making a
going to
no
color
cut
it
line.
anyway.
Yeah, I'll color it.
All right, okay.
Just doing a no cut line there so I don't go beyond that. When I color, I don't have to cut through my coloring. So let's put a little shape on it. That's kind of the next thing we need to do. Since this is spindle orientation, we'll use the spindle gouge. just because. Guess I could use the skew for this, couldn't I?
Yeah, but you shown people different tool techniques. Right, Terry has said, yeah, not too bad, Doug. Getting better every day, thank you. And
Oh,
should be
good.
fit-ish in 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. And Andrew, Wivy Woodshed has said, with Axminster and Yandles local to me, my pocket money doesn't stand a chance of staying in my pocket.
My phone is just out of being able to read. It's just out of distance where I can't read what's in it. I'm still getting messages like crazy.
Dewey Shedder said after Harrogate, he's in debt to his wife. And Haley has said, if she was close to Axminster and Yandles, she would struggle. But thankfully, there is very little around near her. And Dale said, I wish I had some pocket money.
I understand. All right. You just saw me kind of, I went from here to the bottom and then from the same spot to the top. Reason is that's my widest area. I'm going downhill on both sides. I'm feeling just a little bump right in there. So we're going to do that again.
Now, although you're colouring this, Doug, are you leaving it plain or are you putting some texture on with the one I showed, like the one I showed you last week?
Well, I'll look again. If I can find my texturing tool, I'll put a little texture on it. That was my plan. And I looked at it a minute ago and I could not find my texturing tool.
Right. Do you have a
I
long
know
neck
it's here somewhere.
grinder?
No, I sure don't.
Yeah.
Wish
All
I
right.
did.
Okay.
Wish I did. That'd be a great tool. Okay, I'm feeling that knot is one thing, and this different grain that's in that coming out from that knot. That's a beautiful section of the wood. I think that's where
Welcome,
we're
good
going to leave it.
messages come in.
Let's see. There was somebody else you said was in that I wanted to say something to. Let's see. Zed's already put his link in, so that wasn't it. Oh, let's go there.
And Haley is saying about your texturing tool. Oh no, is it with Doug's wedding ring and Banksy or not?
Yep. There's a good possibility of that.
And Vinnie Charlton is asking, has everyone seen the new Victory Chuck from Record Power and what do they think? I've got to admit, Vinnie, I haven't seen it.
I've seen the ad for it. That's as far as it goes. It looks like the other chucks that are out there, so it should be a good one. Should be. Let's see. Where's the? Is that the one I want? That's the one I want. Back to my new 3/8 spindle gouge. Just pulled it out of the chuck. Well, I thought it did. It moved like it did, but it's in there. Weird. Oh, I know what it was. I was going to grab this other piece that's sitting over here. Now, folks, this piece isn't finished, but I just wanted to show, hey, Al, this is for you, bud.
Very nice.
There's the inside, but there's the outside. And that's some of that wood I found in the state park that was in a burn pile. It's got some punky wood in it. Um, so it's the punky area is giving me a little bit of a fit, but I'm working through it. But I should have that ready for tomorrow night, Al. Really wanted it done already. Um, I was going to make a video of that, of my way of doing it. There's about, well, even Wayne and I were just talking a while ago. Similar process. Wayne and I both use a similar process, but um, they're a little bit different. Just different ways of coming to the same end. And I can hear Ruby right now saying, if you use that Easy Wood tool.
Jamie's in.
Jamie. Went to my #1 hollower.
And Rich is in as well.
Hey, Rich. Yeah, Rich. Using the, for you and everybody else, using the Hornick jaws today.
And Haley is replying to Vinny, I think, about the chuck. What is the point of the gaps on the jaws? Do you know? She's only had a quick visual look so far.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, Vinny had put in about the new record power chuck.
Oh.
And Haley was asking, what's the point of the gaps on the jaws? I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to go on the record power website and have a look.
All right, we're about halfway down. A little more. Almost there. But looks like we've also knocked it a little bit lopsided. That's okay for right now.
And Zed said he spent all morning Saturday turning the bowl, and only at the very end did he realise he never hit the record on his camera.
Oh.
Yeah, been there.
Yep, I have to. Well, like I said, this colored one, had every intention of getting just a video out of coloring, and could have recorded this one, but I kind of thought, well, I'll just kind of zip through this and get done with it, and then I can do one with a little bit better piece of wood. I knew this piece of wood would give me a hard time. What am I hitting?
I know Jamie has said that Record Power put a video out on it. I think you'd probably be able to access that on the website, I would think. Either, though I don't know if they put a YouTube video out on it.
Yes, yes, they did. They did. Just in the last couple days.
All right, okay. Didn't get a notification about that.
All right, we'll clean that lip up again before I go on. Nope, I got to straighten that up before I clean that lip up.
All right, so Jamie's explained above. Let's see what he said. It's so you can attach add-ons to the jaws, like pin jaws, without having to change the existing jaws out. All right, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wasn't quite understanding the question, but now I do. Yes, it's like it's got like it's only got two jaws and everything connects to those two jaws.
All right. So I'm taking that works. I'm trying to visualize that. It sounds like it works a bit like the O'Donnell jaws, where you can do the add-ons into the O'Donnell jaws.
Yes, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I'll have a look at the video later. And the Angry Wood Turner's just come in.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Roger? All right. Get the finisher out and we can kind of smooth that over.
And Jamie has put a link into the Record Power Chuck video.
Oh, okay, good deal. Good deal. Got a little nub I'm trying to get rid of there. Right in the center, of course. Hardest part to get rid of. If any of y'all happen to be in the central Ohio area or have relatively easy access to central Ohio, I'll be in Dayton on January the 25th doing a Easy Wood Tools demonstration. There we go.
Anita Bull's just come in. Hi, Anita.
Anita, my best friend. Or as I usually say, Miss Taswell. Mrs. Taswell.
And Rich is answering Todd about the dome jaws. He's showing 36 dome jaws coming in with 16 of them on orders.
Wow. Yeah, the Nova dome jaws are nice jaws. I've used them 3 or 4 times and they do a great job. Grip the wood really well. Let's see, I've got to fix my no cut line. I went below it a while ago. There we go. Now I can sand down to it and never bother that area again. Guess I should turn my speed back down, though, shouldn't I? It's, golly, it's been interesting watching all the videos here the last week or two. It's in fact, it's what's been interesting is the lack of videos. Um, at least from the people that I typically watch, hadn't been a whole lot. I think everybody's taken a little time to rest up a little bit, which is good. Hey, everybody needs that. But then there's been seems like a proliferation of people putting out YouTubes that, how do we say, they're not the best. Um, so you watch videos and kind of decipher, that's not how I would do it. Take
Yeah.
note of those things, and so you remind yourself that there are better ways, safer ways of doing things sometimes.
Jimmy said this week, people trying to steal my best friend from me. First it was Sneaks, now it's Doug. Excuse me. And then he said, "Careful, he's got an AGK and he will bite your ankles." If he can reach that high,
Precious.
yeah. If he can reach that high,
My precious. I wish I've got a tool here, Jamie. I wish I could show you. I'm not allowed to show anybody. So you would love it. You would love it. I don't have hardly enough room to use it. Is why I don't use it more than I do. Okay. Okay. We're going to stop with that right this minute. In fact, let me take a gander here. See if I can find my texturing tool, because this would be a great time to put that to use. I don't know why it's so hard to
did you see?
find.
Did you say you were going to colour this, Doug?
Yeah, I'm going to color it.
Right. I was just wondering
There
if
it
you
is.
went. If you are you doing it black with other colours or
Yeah, yeah.
right? Because I was just wondering if you might be as well putting the black on first and then
And then
texture
texture.
to take some of the black off, and then you could use other colours just to fill in. I don't know if you remember the piece. Hang on, I'll just get it. The piece that I showed you that last week.
Yeah.
Remembering that this was done with a grinder, not a texturing tool.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the piece here.
Okay, let me put you on screen here. There you are.
Right, so that's the piece.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now that was done with that was actually done with an Arbitec mini grinder.
Yeah.
And also the top is
That's so
done
cool.
as well.
That is cool.
So
Yeah.
that's
One of these days.
with the black lacquer, and then it's the honey and ruby I used on this from the intrinsic colors.
And you did the black first, right?
Yeah, I did the black. Now I don't know how that'll work just using the texturing tool.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Let's see. If I was a smart kind of a guy, I'd go over here and grab a glove real quick.
Right, you can take me off full screen now.
I will. Got to get a glove. In fact, I'll get two just because. Now you
No,
watch on me
Jamie,
three.
no, Jamie, that's an old one. That is, as you can see, I didn't even finish it. It's the tennis still on the bottom.
All right. If I click that, there we go.
Jamie has said, joking aside, I thought my workshop was small. You want to see AGK's shop? My shop dwarfs his. My shop is about 3 times the size of his. And Todd has said to Jamie, does AGK use one of those kids' toy workbenches? No, Todd, no. They're far too high.
Yeah, AGK's, well, the meme that says "my precious" sums it up pretty good.
And Mama Sneaks has just come in. Evening, Mama
Hey,
Sneaks.
Mama Sneaks. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right, little intrinsic black here. We'll put it on with a paper towel. And it does make the cedar go pretty black. Been meaning to make up some of the iron acetate. I think this wood would react well to that as well. And just in case you don't know what that is, you take vinegar, put it in a jar with some steel wool. You can use some old rusty nails and screws.
I don't know how good that would be. I'm not too sure on how much tannin is in cedar.
Yeah, I don't know either. It'd be interesting to see. All right, there's that. We'll let her dry a bit. I'll give it a little help. Oh,
Jamie said he need to do a flex for Mama Sneaks. There you go.
this is one of the other things that I saw the other day. Dale, you turned your heat gun on, aimed at your work, and you blew dust all over it.
All over. Yes.
Make sure you start away, get all your dust out, and then come up to your work.
I always recommend people do that.
Yeah. In that particular case, it didn't make a lot of difference, which was good. So I saw that big plume of dust come out, and I thought, oh no. He was doing some coloring as well.
The other thing about that is that you should do it in a fairly clean area as well, because you can start throwing sparks about.
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the nicer things about using a hair dryer instead of a heat gun. It can still throw little tiny sparks if you have dust up in the mechanism and it gets hot too fast. But you're less likely with a hair dryer than you are with a heat gun. This is just about dry. I'm seeing a little area right here. It looks like it's still. I believe that's close enough. Close enough. All right, where are we?
Rich is saying, but what if we want fire?
This is true. Right now, fire would feel good. Okay. Got that run at about 500.
Right, Terry's having to go. So
All right, Terry.
He's saying it's looking good and we'll catch up later. See you, Terry.
I'm just trying to decide if I want to go bottom to top or top to bottom. I don't know it'll make a whole heap lot of difference though. Going pretty much right dead on center.
Now, Anita's asking you if you got very much snow up your way, Doug.
We had about 9 or 10 inches. Um, huh. Let's see. We had about 9 or 10 inches, and it's pretty well gone now, Anita. We had the we had the first round of snow, and then had about, well, I guess 6 inches thereabouts, and then had about, in this area we had about an eighth of an inch of ice come down on top of that, and then it snowed again. There it is. So yeah, we had some. It's still on the ground. I still got 5 or 6, about 5 inches on the ground now.
Yeah, Jamie said 9 or 10 inches. That's real deep.
The first year that I lived here, we had, oh, I don't know, 18, 24 inches on the ground at one time. There's a lot of snow. We haven't had that kind of snow since. So I was kind of glad to see this come in. All right. If I go to the overhead, you might be able to see. Yeah, you can
Oh
see the
yeah,
texture.
that's it.
It's kind of a spiral going from bottom to top. So now that we've done that, I keep hooking the sleeve of my smock on my tool rest. Feels so good. Let's see here.
Anita's saying they got about 3 or 4 inches and still no school for the kids. But I don't know.
Well, where a needle is, I understand, because there are probably some places that are pretty remote. Plum midnight,
Jamie said
not
when
earth.
he was a kid, the sea in Margate froze over.
Hmm,
Only happened the once in his lifetime.
that's weird. I thought I was out of that. Let's use ruby and sky blue. How's that? And we'll fade from one to the other. I may even throw some honey in here. Yeah, I thought I was out of ruby. Now here I am finding it.
Anita's saying what? No orange?
Anita, where do I live? Now, you'll understand. Anita probably the only one here that'll understand. But my wife grew up in Sir Gornsville, so she still doesn't like orange. Well, I may have to come back and airbrush this. Then again, maybe not. I think I will, just because it's easy enough.
Todd has said Kentucky Blue rules.
Absolutely. There we go. This always amazes me. This is supposed to be sky blue, and it's dark.
Yeah, it looks dark. Right, Jamie said, Kentucky chicken is golden orange colour. Just saying, no excuses.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is nice and toasty brown. We love it. Or I do.
Anita's answered Todd. Todd said Kentucky Blue rules, and Anita said nobody asked you, Todd.
when I was working on my business degree, my primary professor was from Tennessee, and so it was Thursday, I think, before Kentucky and Tennessee played in football, and he was going on and on about how Tennessee was going to kill Kentucky on the football field. And I said, I'm going to give you this one, but just wait till basketball season starts. He says, what's that? There are states that have great football teams, and their teams don't play basketball worth a hoot, and vice versa. Well, Kentucky happens to be a basketball state, not a football state. And when I say football, I mean American football.
So Anita lives in
Or
Tennessee, close to the Kentucky border. JP's asking, how many did Kentucky lose by?
that year, about probably 20, 25. It was terrible. I don't think we scored.
And Anita said, it looks like we're having a sports night tonight. Anita said Tennessee is ruling in basketball this year.
They are playing good ball, very good ball. We just got a new coach that um, he's doing a great job. I think he'll do better in years to come, but he's doing a good job this year in basketball. Our football team was terrible this year. We've been going to bowl games and not this year.
Jamie has said to Anita, how many home runs are they getting a game? Oh, nice one, Jamie. I like that.
Oh me. All right. Let's get these dry. But that's not half bad. Yeah, blue lightens up a little bit as it dries, and that's a good thing. At least now you can tell it's actually blue. Little chatoyance right there. And we don't even have finish on it yet.
That'll really pop when you put the finish on.
Oh yeah, it'll look good. I am going to come back and put a line top and bottom to set the texture off. Just, I think that helps too. That one, nope. This will leave a white line, but that's okay.
And Todd has said Tennessee and Kentucky and that area are beautiful states, which Anita agrees with. JP is suggesting maybe a dusting of honey over the top.
Well, I thought about it. Wouldn't hurt anything, would it?
It wouldn't. It'll turn the blue a bit green, and it'll probably turn was that ruby you put on there?
Yes. Turn it a
That'll
little bit
turn,
orange.
Yeah, it'll turn that a little bit orange, which is obviously going to please Anita.
Let's see. Get a little shaky, shaky. I really like these intrinsic colors. They do a nice job.
Are you going to use the airbrush to do this, Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll get in my little lines, and that's okay too.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Jamie's saying there's method behind his madness.
There we go.
Jamie's saying that Jenny Jen taught him the color wheel. I don't know if you can still download that on from Hampshire Sheen.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't go on that site very often. I need to. I'm registered to do the finishing class, but I never have done it.
I did that while watching a live one night. I don't remember who I was watching now. Yeah, Jamie said he doesn't believe the colouring thing is on there, but you can take the free finishing class though.
Yeah. He was talking about it. I don't know, just recently. Yeah, you can really see the difference in those colors now. I'm glad I took my phone out of my pocket. It's just going off continuously. Okay. With that being done, get the alcohol out of the way. It's I think I can do it with the. I've got another set of jaws over here to do my lid with. I think it'll handle it just fine. So we'll take that one out, set it aside. We'll come back to it here in a minute.
And Jamie's saying to Anita that they sell Hampshire Sheen products in the States. Did you know that?
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah, they sell them at the Walnut Log, which is
Yep.
Jeff Hornung. And what's the other place in Texas, Jamie? I always forget that name.
Mm-hmm. Turning World of Texas.
Turning World of Texas. Thank you.
It always takes me a minute to come up with those names, but I do come up with them eventually.
Yeah, and if you're in Canada, Rob Summerlin sells them.
Yes, he does. As Ruby reminds us quite often. Rob's got a good business up there. You folks in Canada, be sure to go see his website.
Yeah, Jamie's put in Woodsley Summercraft. That's Rob's wood turning name, and he probably has got a website as well.
Just getting a quick center mark on both sides. Then we'll get it between centers. We'll get it round so I can get it into the chuck. Need to mark. Nah, that's not the right ones. I want this other one.
Todd said that Wood World of Texas is only about 5 miles from where he is, and his turning club meets there. Nice one,
Oh,
Todd.
okay. Very good. Very good. What was it? I had to order something from them. Jeff was out and didn't know when he was going to get it in. So I checked with Wood World of Texas, and they had it. And I had it in my hands in about a week, and it was great. Whatever it was. All right, 500 RPMs. No, let's run it on up. There's 1,000 RPMs with a half-inch bowl gouge. I'm just going to round that out real quick. Run my speed on up to about 1,600. Should be pretty close.
Right, I'll be back in a second. I've just got to let the hounds out. Here, this will be better. That bowl gouge is getting dull. I knew I had a fault in that wood. I didn't know it was that bad. Question is it big enough? It may not. I bet it's not. That's interesting. Mike's not up. Brent's just come in.
Oh, hey, Brent.
And Mike has said he needs to make one of those twisted 3-sided boxes. Anybody recommend a good video?
Golly, there have been several folks who have done them. I've done not a twisted one.
I don't think I've done one of them.
The whole thing with that is to get your 3 points on both ends and number them. You number one of them, 1, 2, 3, and then you go to the opposite end, and your points need to be in the same spot, top and bottom. And on the say on the top, you go 1, 2, 3, in the same had a fault in that piece of wood, and I don't like it. It's bothering me. Those 3 points are going to be rotated one over on the other end. So you go 1, 2, 3, then 2, 3, 1, and tell you what, since I'm coloring this anyway, I've got a block of walnut here that'll work real nice. We're just going to use that. So does that make sense to go?
Yeah, I did do it. I'm sure I did a 3-sided vase, but I don't think I've done a 3-sided twisted box.
That tenon's not big enough. Luckily, there's a center hole on both sides. So, easy enough to get started. Excuse me. Had a tickle coming up, and I knew it was coming. All right, now.
Jamie has said, don't mess this one up. Color it orange.
Using my skew to get a tin that's about the right size and shape. We can stop right there. Get things out of my way. I didn't used to ever set anything on my bedways, and now I do. And it's every time I do, it's in my way. There we go. All right, first things first. Take this tool rest off, or not tool rest, the tailstock off. We'll get that out of my way. Want to put a dimple in here before I do that. Just a starting dimple in the center of my piece so that I can drill a hole real quick. Let's see. Use the point of the skew. There we go. Okay. Turn my speed down. I like to drill about 500-ish. Not much point in going a whole lot faster than that. Don't need that long lamp auger, just the...
So Haley has said to Mike that she thinks Terry did the twisted three-sided box on a live.
He may very well have. That's all the way through. Quick as that. That was a 3/8 inch bit. You can't turn through a 3/8 bit. It's or a 3/8 hole. That's just all there is to it. Then turn my speed back up. And I want to check my size real quick.
And Pete's just come in. Hiya, Pete.
Good morning, Pete. There we go. Okay, now I know what size I'm working at. Drop my tool rest just a little bit. Now, I know somebody's going to say, you're using walnut, you're going to color walnut? Yeah, I'm going to color walnut. It's not a big deal. This is a piece that's been laying around for eons. Just a hair big. So we'll do it again. Got plenty of wood. In fact, this particular piece of walnut was the tenon for something else that I saved in case I needed a glue block or something of that nature. I've got so many of those, like most people do, that it doesn't really matter. I can use it for whatever I want to use it for.
Exactly. It's your canvas.
Yeah. Not quite small enough. The first one's too big. The second one's too, or first one's too small. The second one's too big. That's the way it usually works, isn't it? All right. This doesn't have to be snap fit kind of tight, but I don't want it sloppy. Still not quite there. So we've already done a couple of things that we've never done before, like the all right. That almost looks like a tartan plaid across there. I like it, or at least the colors. Oh, I know what's hidden. It's not the outside it's hidden, it's the inside. Nah, not that tool, it's dull. This one's cuts. Yeah, not as tight as I'd like it, but it'll work. It'll work. Now, there are this piece had some natural split kind of places in it, so I don't know that we'll get most of them out. This the difference between this spot right here, the tenon, and where we need to be is not much because, as you can see, my wall is pretty thin, so it's not going to take much.
Now, Mike
There's
is
that.
asking, where do you find the YouTube rules re sponsors? Do they only apply if you're monetized? I have got no idea on that one, Mike. And Haley is saying to Mike about Terry's twisted box. It was about 8 months ago.
Tell you what I want to do. Oh me, only in the live. There's Pete's captured ring. Just sitting there flopping around. Okay, that's kind of what I was after. Kind of, sort of. Now, oh me, that chuck with those jaws is so heavy. And I boogered up my arm here, I don't know, a month ago, and it still hurts. So You get something heavy like that, it's kind of tough. Oh man, oh no, that's one. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna glue that in, and then we can, once it sets up a bit, we can start to glue it or cut it down.
Now, Thomas Kenny has said that Cindy Drozda has written instructions on a twisted triangle box on her website.
Okay. I tell you who else has some good info on it is Bonnie Klein.
Anita's got to go, and she says she'll catch everybody later.
All right, Anita, you have a great afternoon. A wee bit more glue. We'll give it a shot of accelerator in the joint. And that's what it takes. All right. I did get some new medium. I've got to get it up in my glue area. I don't know what I did with it. Oh. Don't you hate it when that happens? You order stuff in, you don't put it away right away. And then next thing you know, you need it and you don't know where it is. All right, this tailstock's fighting me now. Why is it sometimes? Oh, I know why it is. Because we're live. There are some days I go to put the tailstock on, and it's like it jumps on all by itself. And they're like right there. That's the craziest thing. Other times it is hard. Now it's hitting something. What is it? What's going on? Okay. Perfect. Everything lined up just like it's supposed to. All right. I don't know, Wayne. This might look so good with the walnut. We may not color the lid.
I was just thinking that.
It don't look bad, at least not that part.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to turn the speed down before I turn it on. This is going in reverse. So let's put it in front ways. There we go. Turn my speed back up a little bit. That's up to 1200. And with well, with all shapes, it seems like with hollow forms, we have a whole lot of area to play with. And just kind of see what suits our minds a little bit. Just stepping back just a hair, just to take a look at it, see what it looks like. I don't know about anybody else. When I stand back and I look at shape, I quite often hear voices of people that I have watched and listened to and paid attention to over the years. A strange little transition area here between the dyed piece and the walnut. But I think once this is polished up, and there's a little finish on this as well. I don't know. That doesn't look too bad.
It looks very nice.
Tell you what we'll do. Let's spray the dust off. Let's hit the walnut with a little bit of sandpaper. We'll do this quickly. I'm not going to go to, I'm going to start at 120. There's just a little bit of a lip here at the top. It will probably need to be hand sanded off the lathe. I'm just kind of rolling this back and forth in this little cove here at the top. I've got to spend some time. I bought new sandpaper, and I went back to my big sheets of sandpaper that I get from Industrial Abrasives. They are 1 yard by 1 yard, 3 feet by 3 feet.
So Haim is asking if I do any live YouTubes. I certainly used to.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube under Wayne the Woodturner. There's lots of videos on there and lots of lives.
Tons. Tons. There's a subject on turning that you don't know about and you want to learn about, it's on Wayne's channel somewhere. You may have to go back several years, but it's on there. Yeah, a little weird transition right here. This joint between the two. So let's work on that just a wee bit. For those of you who watch Paul, you know he's rubbed off on me. Okay, I may end up having to go back and, yeah, I just took the black off of this.
Yeah.
So what I think I'll do is I'll sand that from that line. No, I'll tape the walnut. I'll do something. I'll figure that out here in a minute. Time is starting to get away from us here.
No, we're only a 9:15.
This is just a little conversation starter, but it gives us an idea of what's to come.
And Chris Walters has just come in.
Hello, Chris. Yeah, I definitely got to do something on that white strip. I touch it and just use the paper towel and just kind of touch it with the black. But there you get the idea. Let me pull that off and you can see it. Get that off, put that on. Okay. Can back that out. Lock the spindle. There we go. And then we can switch cameras. Let's go to this one. Ching. Of course it's locked up. Well, that's my weird camera that it just does that. When it's inactive for a while, it just locks up. And all I have to do is deactivate it and reactivate it. But there you have it. That white groove at the top, I'll take a paper towel and some black stain and or dye and re-blacken that.
Nice
Blue
one.
down in this area, red up here, and the walnut. The walnut's going to look just fine, I believe, with the colored wood. But there's the point. This is a hollow form. that lid's been glued in, and so that's a 3/8 inch hole. There's no way you can hollow through that, but it's there, and it is hollow all the way down, at least to our transition line right here. We know it's hollow that far. Maybe even it may go just a touch further than that, and it's not. It's a 1/4 inch or less. So there you have it. Now that makes 4 ways. 4 hollow forms turn 4 different ways. There's not much excuse for not being able to turn a hollow form anymore, is there? We kind of knocked that one in the head. We could probably think of another way or two. Wayne showed the piece that he did a while back. I've turned several little like ink pots with a hole even smaller than that, with doing the same method. Turn a little hollow form, put a lid on it to shrink have a hollow form with a hole that's inch and a half in diameter, but then put one on there that's 3/16, 1/4 inch, something like that. And people say, how'd you get that hollow? Well, with little tiny tools. Any other thoughts there?
No, some nice comments coming through.
All right. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. What's the difference between a vase and a hollow form? Chris, a vase usually has an open top, or at least it may be a closed form, but it's not nearly as small as this. This would be more like what you would use for a weed pot with that little small opening. My wife quite often, when I do a hollow form, she says, "What's that for?" Weed pot, stick pot, whatever you want to call it. Just something that you sit around for decoration. But now this will get I'll get some more stain on this white part, or dye, not stain. I'll get some stain on that, and we'll get it finished up and quite a few coats of lacquer, so that all of this texturing stands out even better. Yeah, you can see it. So it came out quite nice, quite nice.
Excellent.
Okay. All right, Wayne, thanks for coming along and helping us out.
No
It's
problem.
always
Anytime,
always
Doug,
a treat.
anytime.
Always a treat when you're here with us. You can answer questions of the ages for us. All right. And glad to have all of you guys who are in the chat. Glad you're here with us. Thank you, Mama Snakes. Appreciate that. Um, thank you, Al. All the rest of you, Haley. Appreciate you. You guys are just the ones that are on my in my chat screen right now. So thank you all very much. Don't know what we're going to do next week. Have all intentions of being here. Um, I may take a little bit of a break and just turn a bowl. Hadn't turned many bowls here recently. It's been a little while. I tell you what you can do. If you can help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. One, make sure you hit the like button on your way out, but then go ahead and close it out. Come back in, and in the comment section, not in the chat, but in the comment section, tell me something, some project you'd like to see me turn. Wayne brought that up a while back, and I got quite a few, and I went through that list. I just kind of week by week knocked them out pretty close. There are one or two things that I didn't do because they're just things that, for whatever reason, I just don't do them or didn't like the idea at the time. If I didn't do yours, put it in again. Maybe I'll do it this time. But that'll help me out with getting my plans for weeks to come. So if you'll do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Wayne, anything else you need to say in closing?
No, not at the moment.
All right. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for coming in. And with that, I am going to click the button and we'll say good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Bye bye.